What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your latest Manchester United news. In this video, we'll be talking the latest on CASEMIRO and a new potential deal for him. We'll be talking about the midfield situation for Manchester United and two potential midfielders coming in. We'll be talking about Manchester United launching a complaint against the criminals, which are PDMOL. And we've got some other interesting conversations which we'll delve into, Xerxes, all of that stuff in your latest updates. Don't forget, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into it. So this is what's being reported. Manchester United have reopened internal discussions over the future of Casemiro. The club now view him as a useful and reliable option again. However, any potential agreement will depend on financial terms, with United keen to reduce his wages as part of their overall restructuring. Now listen, this is an interesting one because I think Casemiro, we've seen the quality that he has, and I'm still in a bit two minds about this. I've been thinking about this for a while. Casemiro is a very good player. He's been United's most important player, I say. If you look at sort of the drop off from Casemiro to Ugarte, it's truly sensational. And you look at, like Future said, if you look at his impact on the team, it's certainly very, very important. And he's going to be someone who's very difficult to replace. Now, if you're looking at what we're doing with Maguire, we've seen yesterday that United expected to give him one more year. If we do that, then I can certainly agree. And look at potentially why United will go and do that. But Casemiro, listen, he's 34. I think he's just making the most of these moments at the end of the club. I think I've had my say. Should he be given a new deal? No. I think I can understand reasons why. If he takes a significant wage cut, his experience will be valuable. And his know-how, especially if United are to be in the Champions League. However, you look at sort of the negatives, he's not... Take away the money, because let's just say he does take a wage cut. He still is 34. He will only be able to play one game a week. And I think it's not a coincidence the fact that we've seen the best out of Casemiro where Manchester United only do have one game a week. I think that there is no coincidence there. Listen, I love Casemiro. His passion, his quality, it's just fantastic. And again, I think he's going to be someone very difficult to replace. But for me personally, I wouldn't look at giving Casemiro a new deal. Again, there's been reports saying that they would, and then there's been reports suggesting that they wouldn't. So we will have to wait and see. That's just my say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should Manchester United give Casemiro a new deal or not? Now, this is what has been reported. Manchester United are going to make a formal complaint to PGMOL after the failure to award a second penalty in the last night's draw with Bournemouth. Club will argue Ahmad was clearly wrestled to the ground with no attempt to play the ball. United are angry at what they perceive to be a clear VAR error. It's also noticed similar penalty incidents were treated differently in the same game, leading to Maguire sending off. Manchester United also unhappy with 9 minutes of added time being played in the game. Beyond the penalty incident, Manchester United will also seek clarification from the referee's body over the origin of the 9 minutes. Jason Wilcox is expected to raise all concerns from the game against AFC Bournemouth in discussions with Howard Webb later today. So listen, it's obvious that United are frustrated by it. I think every fan is like I was yesterday. It was a criminal decision. I think looking back at it, it should have been 2 penalties for Manchester United. If you're gonna give the Maguire one, you have to give the Ahmad one. It's just the same thing. And even Carrick thought it was crazy. Like, the referee decision is a shambles. Manchester United should be launching a complaint. And again, it's not the first time, and probably won't be the last time incompetent referees do over Manchester United. And it's not only Manchester United, it's all clubs, and all I think a lot of people are just asking for is consistency over decisions. So that's that. Listen, the PGMOL is a disgrace, but again, it's just going to continue to happen. Now, on the midfield, this is what is being reported. Manchester United are planning to sign 2 midfielders this summer, but based on performances throughout the season, there's a strong case they actually made 3. They need 3. Injuries, inconsistency and lack of depth have exposed that midfield at times, suggesting a bigger rebuild may be required. Then Manchester United are ready to make an offer for Wharton. The club are prepared to submit a bid in the region of £50 to £60 million, who's reportedly been identified as their number 1 target, which I don't think is true. This is what's come through then through MEN about the midfield. So United are targeting an elite level number 6 to replace Casemiro, and also need to likely find a replacement for Ugarte. Alex Scott is seen as a player who offers an attacking threat, but would mainly add squad depth and complete with Kobbie Mainoo. He's just one of the many midfielders being assessed of the summer window. Alex Scott carries that threat towards the opposition goal that would add depth to the squad and could compete with Mainoo. So listen, I think United need 3 midfielders. I think going for 2 is you're leaving you're leaving a big gap there. I think what you need is someone to compete with Kobbie Mainoo, a Casemiro replacement and a Ugarte replacement, all not all in one, but all in one summer window. And what I would love United to do is exactly what we did with the attack, really. I think we've really seen the benefit of that. We brought 2 Premier League experienced players in who have settled in very, very well, each having positive impacts in this team. And then we brought in someone who was young, up and coming. And I think we should do that with the midfield. There's so many options just only in the midfield to look at midfield. And I might do a separate video talking about some options. But you have one player that I love is James Garner. He's fantastic. You have Mateus Fernandes, Andre Santos, Alex Scott, João Gomez. These are all players to me that I think can compete with Kobbie Mainoo. Then you have Casemiro replacements, elite level number 6s. They would be your Elliot Andersons, your Adam Whartons, your Sandro Tonali's, your probably Bruno G's if you put them into that sort of category. So yeah, I don't think 2 midfielders is enough. I think if United, especially with us being in Europe, we're going to have to rotate the squad. And I think relying on Mainoo is good because I think he's a good player, but you need backup. And I think Alex Scott's someone who's very, very good. He's got a lot of talent, but I think, is he the finished article? No, but I don't think you need that in terms of competing with Mainoo, because Mainoo will probably play the large portion of the games. Then you have someone like Alex Scott to come in. So yeah, I think certainly midfielders definitely something that we've been looking at. 2, I think, is a disgrace though, in my opinion. We don't need 2, we need 3, potentially 4. Actually not 4, I think 3 is enough. My 3 would be Anderson. I don't really know, but definitely Anderson. For the 2, if we're being realistic, Anderson, Belabor, and potentially João Gomez, I think they would be 3 adequate options. There's so many out there though. Now the last thing, Xerxes wants to leave this summer. Some Premier League clubs are interested and Italian teams are also keeping tabs on him. So listen, Xerxes is an interesting one because I think he's not getting regular minutes at the moment because we're struggling to get Ahmad Kunyuan and Burmo and Sesko all in the same team. I think there is a quality player there in Xerxes, and we have seen it at times this season. His game against Palace was probably his biggest highlight this season, where he scored the goal away from home. I think there is a player there in Xerxes. Is he the player to be at United going forward and be that top level player that we need? Probably not. But I think he definitely is a clinical player, and he's someone who is the ultimate professional. He's described as having good banter in the dressing room, which is not something that is the be all end all why you should keep someone at a club. But again, I still think there's a lot more from Xerxes, and he's a talented player. Obviously, he's probably not going to make it in the Dutch World Cup squad, which would be gutting for him at the age that he's at. But I think he will leave Manchester United, and it probably is for the best, in my opinion. But you can let me know your thoughts in the comments. That has been your Manchester United news. Let me know your thoughts on Casemiro getting a new deal, and all the other stories that have come out as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.